girls off to school. And there's something that our family has been going through that has been very difficult. And I filmed this trying a couple times in the car with Josh. And it just, every time it just didn't feel right. So here I am just by myself, and Tennessee is taking a nap, and I thought this would be the perfect time to tell you guys what has been going on with us. Where do I start? Let me give you a little bit of the last couple weeks, and then it will bring you up to speed on where we're at now. Basically, actually, the last couple years, Grace, our middle daughter, our 7-year-old, has kind of always, we've just labeled her as our spirited child or our middle child when Tennessee was born, joking that she always had the middle child syndrome before she was even a middle child. And she's just this ball of happy, mostly happy energy, and brings so much light to our family. So for the last couple years, we haven't really thought about it. Her behavior has been getting more destructive, more angry over the last couple months, really bad, and to where I've just lost it. I just break down in tears. And the reason why I'm sharing this with you guys is because I have a feeling some of you might be going through the same things at home. And so I hope by me sharing our experience and where we're at right now, we're at the very beginning of this journey, will impact you in some way, or I'm reaching out for those of you who have been in my shoes that can help me, because it's not an easy thing. So anyway, so the last couple months she's been progressively getting worse. And then the last 2 weeks, 2 weeks ago, actually 2 weeks ago today, we had a terrible Wednesday. Terrible. I had been crying all day. It's gotten to the point where Zoe cries because of the way her sister is acting. Grace is just filled with so much hate, and not like our Grace. You know, it's just like she's just a different child completely. And so 2 weeks ago, we went to a Bible study on Wednesday night, that our small group that we belong to, and I asked them, it might have been 3 weeks ago, but I asked them for prayer, and I said, you know, today's been really hard, and it's been progressively getting worse with Grace, and I just need to be covered in prayer because this is becoming difficult very quickly, and it's testing me. And so they prayed over me, and one lady one of my friends said, have you thought about her diet? And I said, no, we eat whole grains, lots of fruits and vegetables, limit the sugar intake. We're so good. Kids have never had juice or soda. If they have, it's like once or twice in their 7 and 10-year-old lives. And so I said, this is just Grace. She's going to need therapy. That's the next step. And then I prayed, and God just kind of pointed me in the direction. You know how when he points you guys, he just puts people in your path for a reason. Well, he kept putting people in my path, and that were pointing me in this direction. And so I remember a little boy in Gracie's class last year. He went through, I didn't know why, but his mom's now helping me, and she's one of my biggest support people, and I'm so grateful for her. But his mom put him on the Feingold diet. Feingold, I had never heard of it, and I'm like, great. I don't know how Grace is going to respond to a diet. And I went to feingold.org. I will put the link down below so you guys can look it up if your children maybe are experiencing the same issues that Grace is. I started reading that, and I just started crying. I started bawling because the symptoms that I was reading on that website and what this diet can fix was Grace. And it basically came down to the Feingold diet is considered an ADHD diet. I don't believe she is ADHD. I'm terrified to take her to a doctor because I believe that they're going to just slap her with a Ritalin prescription. So I haven't done that. So we're trying our own safe methods first before we get to that point, and hopefully we won't need to. But anyway, she had all of this, I mean most of the symptoms that that other parents had talked about on this website. And it was things like toxicity to sugars and gluten and dyes. And I thought, well, we don't, gluten I can understand, but the dyes, no way. Because we don't eat like candy. We don't eat gummy worms, red cinnamon bears, or, things like that. And then I started reading the labels of the products I use around the house, the Tide, the Clorox bleach, the Dove soap, the Suave shampoo, which is what I've always used on the kids. All of those have dyes in them, terribly, terribly bad. And then I just felt this overwhelming sense of guilt, like I have been poisoning my child with these products. And I'm still working through that. It makes me cry because there's just an enormous amount of guilt that I feel for that. So it peaked yesterday. We went to a doctor's appointment for Zoe. It's a follow-up for her ears. She had tubes put in her ears right before Tennessee was born. She has fluid back in one of her ears. So we're getting her looked at, and all 5 of us were together. And we were coming home on the freeway and from Portland, and traffic was backed up. And out of the blue, Grace just went, she just broke down into a meltdown. Like, I don't even think a meltdown is the proper word. It was anger and chaos and just the storm. I guess a storm is a good way to do it because you can't tell when it's going to come on. It's little things like me asking her to pack a banana for lunch, or you need to please go get a pair of socks to wear with those shoes. Things like that, that even in the car, it was nothing, we were just in the car. Nothing that I saw could set her off, but somehow she did. And once she gets going down that path, it's really hard to break her. And she ended up hurting Zoe and throwing shoes at her from like this far away. She kicked the back of Tennessee's seat and shook the car seat and scared T. She started crying. Zoe started crying. We pulled over to the side of the road and traffic is just sitting there. And Josh and I looked at each other with tears in our eyes. We were like, something has to change. I don't know why this keeps happening. We're learning why it keeps happening, but to see your normal child turn into something that is clearly not normal is terrible. You parents of special needs children, I've been putting myself in your shoes the last couple weeks, and honestly, I don't know how you do it. You are amazing because having a child that just needs special attention and care it's demanding. I've stayed up till midnight, midnight, 1 o'clock, getting up at 5 a.m. to get ready for the day. But that late at night, just trying to do all of the research that I can about Grace and what she's got and how to fix it. And so yesterday was our breaking point. So I went to the store. I found all of these recipes about because once I read how terrible the Tide and the Clorox and the products that I was using in my house are for my family, I went to Fred Meyer and I bought all natural ingredients to make my own. I stayed up late again till midnight, 1 o'clock last night, but I was determined that Grace was not going to use another toothpaste or another soap that was going to fill her body full of these chemicals right before bed again. And so I came home and I made shampoo and I made body wash and I made toothpaste and deodorant were the things that I didn't make, but I made everything else. We got all natural toothpaste, all natural deodorant, and let's see, I made laundry detergent. I made a bleach alternative. I made baby wipes. I made a baby wash for Tennessee for her bath, and I made foaming hand soap for the rest of the bathrooms, so that when the kids wash their hands, it's, all of the old products came out and all of these new yummy smelling, healthy for our family products came in, and it was really fun to make. I'm not gonna lie, I was really tired, especially going on so many nights of very, very little sleep. So that's where we're at today. And that's kind of why we've been a little bit MIA. We've just been praying a lot and trying to be there for Grace in supportive ways. And I finally last Friday just took her to the park with her sisters, and I sat them down and I said, look, this is what's going on. And these are the things that are going to change. And this is probably how you're expecting, what's to be expected, the changes that are, how you're going to feel when you go to a party, a birthday party, how things are going to be different. And I also wanted to get in Grace's head, and I said, honey, when you go into that rage, that storm, what does it feel like? What does your body feel like? And she told me that it's uncontrollable, and that she just can't control it, and that it doesn't make her feel good. Wool balls, squirrel. I just made wool balls for our shower, or for our dryer too, so that I'm not using dryer sheets. So I will share all these things in time on our channel, you guys. If I want to use it for a little bit to be able to give you a well educated, opinion. Just something that you guys know what I mean. Anyway. And so, yeah, Grace told me exactly what it feels like, and that she's been feeling like this for a long time. Well, then that guilt set in more because she's been experiencing this and I haven't caught it. So all we can do is move forward. We are now going to be a gluten-free, gluten-free, sugar-free, and gluten-free, sugar-free, candy-free, dye-free home. And I am embracing that. So everything's going to be organic in our house. Lots of fruits and vegetables that are approved for Grace. I'm waiting for these books, my materials, to come from the Feingold organization. And then they'll tell me what I can feed her and what I can't feed her. And then also how to reintroduce foods to see if they're triggers. Kind of have an idea. I've been watching her really good for the last week after she eats. And I know it is food related and products that we use related. So I'm getting a really good idea just by watching her what is setting her off. But we're just going to go with it and see. And I'm going to wipe my house and my pantry and bring in organic, healthy food. So yes, I'm freaking out because our budget, this is going to blow our food budget in crazy ways. But I am just scouring the internet for ways to save money. I'm going to pass on the information that I learned to you guys, how you can have an all-organic diet. Yes, our food budget is going to go up. I am well aware of that. But by me making, like for example, the Tide that I usually buy at Costco is $17.99 for a gallon. And the soap that I made, my laundry soap, I got a really cute dispenser, drink dispenser, a glass one. And then I just, with a pour spout on it. And to fill that, which was a little more than a gallon, was a couple bucks, like $2.50. So I'm going to save a ridiculous amount of money in that sense. Making baby wipes too, instead of buying baby wipes. But it won't be able to be enough to replace the whole organic movement that we're going to be getting into. I'm looking into a CSA right now for a co-op for vegetables. So a local farm, you buy into a co-op and they bring you whatever vegetables are fresh at their farm. And I'm really excited, and fruits. I'm so excited for that. So we're making a lot of changes that are better. These are things I've wanted to do, I intended to do for so long, for years, and never just had that extra push. And now this most definitely is the extra push that it's taking. And I want to see Grace feeling better and being her happy self. And we can do this. We can so do this. So if you guys have been in my shoes, if you can offer support, prayers, most definitely. I have spent a lot of time crying just because I'm so frustrated. I don't know the most effective way to help her. And Zoe is like, Mom, where's my sister? And she's asking when is all of this going to change? And And Zoe is awesome. She's already awesome. You guys know that. But she's so supportive of all of these natural products that we're bringing into our home, and essential oils. I love my doTERRA essential oils. They play a huge part already in this transition. And I'm treating the kids' allergies and coughs and stuff with the essential oils, and it's just amazing. I'm so lucky to have found that. But Zoe she's just so supportive. And so, what can I help you with, Mom? They wanted to be right there making the soaps and stuff with me last night, and that was really cool. And I'm just trying to tell her that it just is going to take time, that by introducing all these things, these different products, and then ultimately food and eating much better, food doesn't have any chemicals or pesticides or genetically modified ingredients, you know, we're going to see a big change. I've heard parents say that the change is almost immediate, which I'm so excited. I'm waiting for that immediate change. And so Zoe knows it's only temporary and that we're going to be eating differently. But Grace will just send her off and make her mad, as does Grace does all of us when she goes into these fits, and which is probably a dozen times a day, with probably 3 major meltdowns a day. So it's pretty bad. And I'm just trying to explain to Zoe to be patient with her and to love her through the storm, because Grace isn't always going to be like this. Chances are she's going to get a sister that she's never met before, and how exciting it's going to be. Some symptoms like Grace, she is not able to focus at all or multitask. She has a really hard time, and she has for years. Again, I thought it was her personality, but I don't think so. We'll sit down at dinner around the dinner table, and Grace will just get up and she'll start cleaning the living room. And I'm like, Grace, come sit down. Or she'll remember something that she needed to grab from upstairs, and she'll do it right in the middle of dinner. She has had dark circles for years under her eyes, the last couple of years, really bad. And I just thought that was her. Turns out her body is not shutting down because of the chemicals and stuff in the shower that they're taking, more than likely. This is just what I'm assuming. Right before bed, that is amping her up, so she can't sleep. Her body isn't shutting down because it's going through, it's intoxicated. Her body literally is intoxicated, so she's not sleeping. So she's waking up the next day exhausted. She falls asleep wherever she's at. Let's see, what are some other symptoms that she's got? Oh, just pretty much it. The multitasking and overwhelming. She just gets overwhelmed very quickly. There's some other symptoms without a doubt that I'll learn that she's got, but that's enough to point me in a different direction. So yeah, just pray for us, guys. We're gonna keep trying our vlogging schedule. I don't know if you've noticed, our goal has been Monday, Wednesday, Friday at least videos, and then deck kicking Mondays are coming back. So just so many things we want to do with our channel, with Dead is Dumb, but our family absolutely comes first. And so if there's a day when a video doesn't make it up, this will kind of help you guys understand what we're going through. And we're so appreciative of you, because we know that we're already going to get so much support just by posting this video. But it's time for us to be open with you so that you can experience this life with us, and the changes, and all of the goodness I believe it's going to come out of this. Thank you guys for your support on the Feingold diet. I went to our Facebook page, our Dead is Dumb Facebook page, and I asked if anybody was familiar with that diet, because I was really skeptical in the beginning. And I got some great, you guys are so resourceful, and I'm confident we can do this on a budget and not completely blow it. So just thank you for being you. We appreciate you guys. I know Josh would say the same thing if he was here. And we love you. And here's the good things to come. Bye. We have an exciting announcement. We are expecting again.
Shut up, we are not.
I posted a picture on Facebook. It didn't go over very well.
No, you had what would you call bad barbecue, or
yeah,
too much
I
barbecue.
had a barbecue time.
Focus.
Anyway.
All right.
So something exciting.